the floor, and the garage is actually heaving right in the middle. It's kind of hard to tell. It's not a lot of movement. You can see that expansion joint. It's got some excessive cracking. It actually pushed up all the way here, actually caused that a little bit to crack. You can see the foundation is actually moved on the right side of the garage. It's dropped down just a little bit on that side because this area is getting pushed up. And with the foundation patching on the outside on the stem wall, makes me a little bit concerned about movement. When they patch things, telling me that they didn't actually remove the rebar that could be causing some of the cracking. Moisture gets into that rebar and it just expands. So I would definitely recommend my client to get a structural engineer to come out and evaluate the soils here, because you've got settlement there, moisture issues in the garage, heaving, moisture issues over here, and then previous patching along the side of the foundation here. Main plumbing cleanouts in front of the house. We've had some big trees here before. Definitely going to recommend a sewer camera on this one. Got some common cracking and some movement in the driveway. Nothing severe though. Do have a big tree right next to it, so there's a good chance you've got some roots. Over here we can tell that they've painted. Some of the paint left over. Foundation wall doesn't look too bad on the outside, but it looks rougher on the inside of the garage. That little area right there is getting pretty soft. So it's telling me that they pulled all this out to repaint it or do some repairs. There's definitely some spalling, some signs of moisture intrusion along this garage. Now this foundation wall has all been painted recently. There's little bits of paint left over on the rock, and about 2 feet out from the foundation it's really soft. Between 2 feet and next to the foundation wall inside the garage. It's definitely seen moisture before. We've got some spalling. Some of the concrete on the front of it has fallen off. This is likely what it looked like on the outside before they patched it. Those black stains around those nails. Yep, you guessed it, moisture. They did some work on the outside of this garage wall too. It's not quite as bad. Got a little bit of cracking in a couple areas. Nothing major, but it's all contributed to that moisture. Freshly painted foundation wall, but you can still find previous termite evidence. The front of the chimney here has got a nice substantial crack in it, possibly due to some settlement from excessively moist conditions on the exterior. Got a little bit of cracking in the back of the firebox. We're going to verify that this is dry or wet in a second. This is that spot around the chimney where I think it might be leaking on the inside. Now we do have a cricket here helping to direct water around the side, but some of this flashing is kind of covered up with debris. Got a lot of debris blocking the drainage, so there could be some water backing up and getting underneath the underlayment right around this cricket. Should be a mineral paper cap sheet like this material. It's basically like a big asphalt shingle. Should be layered over that whole area, but every once in a while we'll get water trying to make its way underneath that and get in this corner. We're going to verify this with a moisture meter though. So this is your concrete tile underlayment. It's a 38-year-old house. Taking a look at that batten board up there. That's that wooden board that everything is mounted to. But we're really looking at that underlayment paper. We're seeing it curling up a little bit at the corners, at the edges. If it's doing that on the bottom, it's doing that at the top. So it's starting to get wore out a little bit. Some previous deterioration at the soffit area. You can see moisture has caused some of this damage in the past. It's raining today, nothing looks wet. The brick fascia at the front of the house is coming detached. You see moisture is getting in behind it. And all the weight of the brick is starting to pull forward. So we need some repairs. Same thing is starting to happen over here on the side of the garage. You can see the cracks starting to form. Just want to make sure this doesn't fall off. Walkways had some settlement. Definitely trip hazards present. Missing window screens on most of the windows. The fascia at this home is a little bit weathered in areas. It's not falling apart, but it needs a little bit of attention. 38-year-old home in Gilbert. Let's walk through it. I got some stuff to show you guys. Coming in. 2017 water heater is doing good today. To bring this water heater up to code, we would want to lift it 18 inches. We would want to provide a drain pan, and we would want to provide a concrete pillar here to provide impact protection. So when you come home late at night, your foot slips off the brake, you don't end up driving into the water heater. Outlets are a little bit wore out. Bathroom sink is dripping. Right up there. Garage passage doors should close all the way and latch.